What's up, friends of the good mood? This is Manni and welcome to the Reaper Jaeger. What an awesome sounding name, and it also plays really well too. However, there are better setups to play the Reaper on. For example, the Crisis Robot, the Behemoth, right? But we have seen so many videos with the Crisis Robot and this weapon, so I thought, hey, let's test this new weapon on a robot we haven't seen and used so much here on this channel, and that would be the Jaeger. Also, this is a giveaway. 200 Nether robots are being given away here. And if you want to participate, then A, subscribe to this channel if you haven't done it yet, and B, write your comment down below in the comment section with your ID and the platform you play on, iOS, Android, you know, Steam, PC, and so on. Also, additionally, there's one chance to be a guaranteed winner in this giveaway if you follow me on TikTok. The link is also down below. That's the only place where you can be a guaranteed winner if you're fast, because sometime tomorrow, random time as usual, I'll be releasing a short version of this giveaway on TikTok, and if you are among the first 25 to 30 commenters with your ID and platform there, then you'll be a guaranteed winner taking over into the winner document, okay? And then, as usual, the winners will be announced somewhat in like 1 week or so, 1.5 sometimes, depends on what's going on in the game. Yeah, look, I sniped away the laser, what is it, I think siren that he was using. He had a laser siren and he was sniping me, but I'm running Reaper with the built-in cannon from the Jaeger as well, which means I have a 1,100 meters range with a heavy damage output. And the Reaper fires damage that cannot be negated by any kind of reflector, resistance, force field, or anything, okay? That means the Siren in the air, as well as the Nether Titan, Aether Titan, or even the, what else do we have that has resistance? The reflector, for example, of the Luchador, nothing will stop, or of the Minos, nothing will stop the damage from the Reaper. The only thing I'm not quite sure that might potentially stop it is this initial breakdown resistance that the Nether robot has. Fitting, because it's a Nether giveaway here also. I'm not sure, I need to test, because the Nether usually doesn't take damage for a little while when you shoot him. By the way, I just killed an entire, I think, Cerberus, and this guy I killed with a dot effect from the Roulette Battleship. Really awesome Battleship, by the way. It gives you the double support ability, so you can have durability extender twice, which, you know, gives you more and more durability over time when you're playing and using it. And it also adds corrosion to the enemy, dealing a lot of damage over time. And corrosion is also damage that cannot be negated by any defense systems. So it's pretty cool, and you can apply that to many targets in that area, resulting in sometimes a lot of damage done by the Roulette Battleship. It doesn't provide me much with shields and such, but it can, you know, dig out enemies who are behind cover with that corrosion. And of course, it provides me with the support, durability extender, and so on. And even a little stealth when I use it, which is pretty awesome on when you're using a Titan, for example. You get a 3-second stealth from the safety module. What is it called? I'm not sure the name right now. But yeah. Let's keep going and keep sniping. One thing I need to say here, maybe you've seen it in the top left corner, I forgot to equip a nuclear amplifier to the robot. I don't know how it happened. I don't have it. That's why we're not gaining the additional damage boosts. Here, I like this third cannon in the middle. It looks pretty cool. And we're not gaining increased damage output from dealing damage with the nuclear amp. But you see, this is a Nether Titan in the air, and he took a significant amount of damage in his force field flight ability that also the Seraph has, and so on, right? And that over there is a Behemoth sniping over to us with lasers, and I just gave him quite something to think about. Let's do it again. Bam, 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 bam. He's sniping back, and we're like sniping each other now, which is pretty funny. It's awesome when you fire at somebody at like a 1,000 meters range, and very often when they notice, he's shooting at me and he can shoot back, he will do it too, and this immediately becomes like a one-on-one. You have whole teams in the middle, and they all don't matter anymore. It's just like this guy versus this guy, and they're like shooting over the whole map. And it's funny. I like these kind of sniper one-on-ones that inevitably happen when you shoot somebody at ultra high range and he can shoot back. I love it. Anyways, pretty good setup. I like the Jaeger. I'm just not sure if it's really a meta. You know, it's not a meta robot. Definitely not. But I feel like Pixonic could make this Nether, this Jaeger robot a little more interesting. Maybe boost the damage output of that center cannon, because this is really the selling point of the Jaeger, is that big center cannon. And I think Pixonic, you could really boost that thing by 100% more damage, maybe even more. That thing should really hurt when it hits. You know, then it would be a really awesome machine. I think I would like it more. But right now, any of the other robots, such as the Behemoth or the new Crisis robot, pack significantly much more firepower because they have 4 heavy weapons, right? And I think this center cannon on the Jaeger should be so powerful, it should easily compensate for 2 heavy weapons. And then this would be a very, very interesting setup. In fact, it would be on pair with a Behemoth or a Crisis robot, right? Due to the fact that this one has a bit of a shield going on. So it's different, has 4 legs. It's a, you know, I feel like it would be a win-win situation for Pixonic to boost that center cannon to a big, much bigger performance. Here, I was quite unlucky. The guy went behind corner. In case you're wondering, my hands are free because I played this like a half an hour ago. Then I recorded and cut the gameplay situations, and now I'm adding my commentary over it. I like to do this because it allows me to just gather the best moments. And then provide you with those best moments. By the way, let me show you this. I was like, why am I taking so much damage? Take a look at my HP up there. Look how much damage we're taking from the Orion Battleship. And I was like, since when does the Orion Battleship do so much damage? And then I looked, and I saw it was not 1, it was 2 Orion Battleships pulsating inside of each other. So 2 players simultaneously launched an Orion airstrike against me on that location. I can be, I can be happy I managed to walk out of that range, because that thing does so much damage. I think it would have killed me, those 2 Orions. Pretty crazy. I think this is the first time ever since I'm playing War Robots that I got hit by a simultaneous dual airstrike from Orions. This never happened to me before. Well, so I guess that's what they say, right? There's a first time for everything. And there's a pretty nasty robot, the Angler, coming up, down trying to attack our beacon. And, you know, he has this typical meta setup with the Claw, Jaw, Talon thing. And it's very hard to defend yourself from it. Typically, you're like very often getting hit by these weapons, even when you're behind cover. And something that that bothers me about these weapons is that they have splash damage. I think the damage output of Claw, Jaw, Talon is so overkill, so much too high, and a fire pattern that never misses, perfect accuracy, and even shoots and hits behind cover. I think these weapons shouldn't have splash damage. It kind of boggles my mind why Pixonic went with splash damage on these weapons, because they overperform greatly without splash damage, but splash damage means that even physical shields won't help you against them. And I think it should. I think they should. For example, Vortex, Thermite, Aphid, those are big rockets with a long reload in between. They should be allowed to bypass physical shields with splash damage, I think. They should be allowed to, if targets stand close together, double their firepower by hitting well in. So, that would be my vote here. To go with some sweet splash damage for Vortex, Aphid, and Thermite, allowing these weapons, maybe even boosting the accuracy too, to allow these weapons to be seen somewhere in the meta, right? Because it's just a fun setup right now, and people really don't want to use it unless they just want to troll a little bit, and trade it for being ineffective in return, you know? Whereas, for example, Claw, Jaw, Talon are performing immensely, overperforming. Very, very much so, that they should not have splash damage. Here, I realized that my Jaeger robot isn't contributing much to this team's success, and I decided to scrap the robot, even though it was in good health, and go with a Minos now. Unfortunately, it was not Beacon Rush, which I thought it was, so I could spawn in the center as they attacked the beacon. Unfortunately, I ended up realizing, damn it, it's Domination. And that means I can now come in and kill that Titan, activate my reflector, and grab the beacon. I can turn this match around single-handedly with my Minos. The idea of using the Minos was a great one. The problem was the timing, because something I hadn't noticed here is that the timer is running out. 13, 12, 11, and I was like, yeah, guys, that Minos came in at the right time, man. Woo! Now we're turning this match around. I'm capturing this beacon now. You can see it's happening, beginning now. we're beginning to capture it, right? And I was like, yeah, boom, 4-1, and next we get the last one, and then end. But unfortunately, I was surprised by this happening. I was like, whoa, why? And then, oh no, the timer. I didn't notice the timer when I jumped into the Minos. It was too late for me to deploy it. I should have done this, what I did, just a minute earlier, and then we would have won the match. So that was kind of on me here. Sorry, team. The Jaeger was... I was trying to record Jaeger gameplay, but you're not really capturing beacons with the Jaeger. It's just not what this thing does. Especially not with these weapons. They're not brawling weapons. You have to kind of stay back and shoot from a side and from afar. Try to hit things like this, that you can bypass their resistance or reflector or force field, but others can't. So you still do something that only you can do. But yeah, you're not going to capture beacons much with this setup. I'm trying to do it a little bit here. Is at least staying on one beacon, right? I can't really just capture new ones, but at least I can try and secure the one we have to make it more likely for us to win. And here we have an interesting situation, a last stand, which is something that you can bypass completely with these weapons from the Jaeger robot and the Reaper. And that will look like this. Boom, 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 boom. And he goes down. He would have killed me now because he had last stand of 5 seconds and I had no more last stand. Thankfully, I was able to basically kill him through that last stand and secure myself a kill. And here we're doing some sweet damage against the Aether Titan. Not enough for a kill though, and more airstrikes are popping in. And I don't know, is it just me or are people like using more and more Orion these days? I see so many Orion airstrikes now, and I haven't seen them before so much. And what confuses me about it is that how much damage I typically take. I didn't have in memory that the Orion does so much damage. I thought, yeah, it's a good damage dealer, but this much. But one good thing is you can heal back all the damage coming from Orion airstrikes, or from any airstrike for that matter. Even even the corrosion one from the roulette battleship, the new one. I think maybe I make a separate video on that, because I think it will be a meta battleship for anyone, for any Titan setup or setup that is sniper and that typically lives long. Any setup that is typically living on for a long time, the roulette battleship will be the perfect choice because it allows you to stay alive forever, basically, adding more and more HP to your HP pool, and also giving you the opportunity to kill things around corner. So what do we have coming up here? I'm shoot breaking and pop, 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 and there goes the Harpy or Siren. Couldn't quite see what it was at this range. Maybe it's Siren because it looked like it was bluish, and the Siren is bluish, whereas the Harpy would be yellowish, right? Yellow-red, something like this. So there's a dude with an ultra big last stand. I'll never understand why people do it, unless it's because they really want to make sure they're not losing any weapons before the last stand pops up. But if it's a long, high-level last stand, which he had, then typically it won't happen. You don't normally lose weapons with a level 6 last stand before the last stand triggers. Unless they shoot through resistance, such as last stand, then it can happen. Boom, boom, boom. Here, this guy is a Lucha, and he has his reflector, or had his reflector used. Is it called reflector on the Luchador? I think so, yeah. And it's also reflector on the Minos? Or is this called differently on the Luchador? I must admit at this point I haven't actually played the Luchador all this much. Yeah, it's a great Titan, very powerful and tanky, but I really went very much with the Minos, because the Minos has this mobility that I really enjoy about it. And when you play it well with those double running strikes, the key is that he has 2 of those runnings. With that, you can force people out of their ability into their ability. You can bait them, you can counter them, you can reach them anywhere on the map. It is such a really cool Titan. I love it. Minos is one of my favorite Titans in the game, if not actually my most favorite right now. Of course, the Rook Titan is in the game now, but I could never choose a favorite that is this blatantly overpowered, in my opinion. So in that way, I went with the Minos as my favorite. I also like the Sharenga, but it's very difficult sometimes to perform well in the Sharenga Titan, simply because he doesn't really have any defensive abilities other than that timeout, which only goes at 350 meters range, and it's all not really that powerful. But yeah, so for now, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget the giveaway, right? Make sure to follow it also on TikTok tomorrow, sometimes random chance. Yeah, good luck. See you in the next video, and tell me what you think about the Jaeger version. Was it a good choice to choose the Jaeger, or would you rather have seen it on the Behemoth or Crisis? Even though, of course, we already did the Crisis multiple times. Yeah, anyways, have a good one. Catch you in the next one. Manni off. Bye-bye.